Today we stand before the living God, tired of being spoken against, wounded by gossip, targeted by envy, and pressured by hidden enemies. But today we rise with faith. Today we refuse shame. Today we call on the God who hears in the morning, silences wicked tongues, scatters secret plans, restores our honor, and fights for us. So now we step into this prayer believing every evil word is canceled, every enemy is defeated, and every blessing is restored by the power of the Most High. I rise in the authority of the living God, and I take my stand in the power of Psalm 5, declaring that every enemy who wakes up early to design harm against my life is struck with divine confusion. Their voices are silenced before they speak. Their hands lose strength before they act. Their eyes are blinded before they see clearly, and every hidden agenda formed in darkness is scattered by the fire of the Lord that goes before me, surrounding me like a consuming wall of judgment that no wicked plan can penetrate. I declare that as my voice reaches heaven in the morning, the God who answers by fire rises as my defender, releasing his power to overturn every evil verdict spoken against me, dismantling every demonic sentence, breaking every legal ground claimed by the enemy, and establishing divine justice in my life so that no curse, no accusation, no whisper, and no secret meeting can stand against the authority of the Most High who fights for me. I decree that before my enemies gather to plot, the Lord has already scattered them. Before they whisper against my name, heaven has already blocked their words before they conspire in secret. Angels have already disrupted their plans, and before they move against me, the hand of God has already risen to strike down every scheme that was designed to bring shame, delay, confusion, or destruction into my life. I proclaim that every tongue raised in gossip, slander, and false accusation against me is swallowed by the righteousness of God. Every evil report is reversed by divine truth. Every rumor is canceled in the courts of heaven, and every word spoken to damage my name is turned into a weapon of shame against those who released it. For the Lord himself stands as my defender and my vindicator. I declare that the same God who destroys wicked speech now uproots every poisonous word planted against my destiny, every seed of hatred, every root of bitterness, every spirit of envy, and every voice of mockery, turning curses into blessings, turning disgrace into honor, and turning every evil intention into a testimony of divine victory over my life. I decree that my prayers rise like incense before the throne of God, and as they rise, divine fire falls upon every enemy camp, scattering every gathering of darkness, burning every scroll of accusation, breaking every demonic agreement, and releasing the judgment of the Lord that causes every wicked plan to collapse and every evil mouth to be permanently silenced. I proclaim that every plot formed in secret rooms, whispered in dark corners, spoken behind closed doors, or released through evil communication is exposed, disgraced, and destroyed by the brilliant light of God's justice. And no hidden work of darkness can escape the eyes of the Almighty, who watches over my life day and night. I declare that the Lord goes before me as a consuming fire, surrounding me as a shield of favor, standing behind me as a wall of protection, and rising within me as divine power, so that every trap set to disgrace me, every snare designed to delay me, and every pit dug to destroy me is broken, overturned, and rendered powerless. I decree that no enemy will rise above me. No jealous eye will overpower me. No gossip will overtake me, and no demonic plan will dominate my destiny. For the hand of God lifts me higher, his favor surrounds me, his peace covers me, and his power secures every step I take. I declare that divine favor surrounds me like a shield. The presence of God rests upon me like a crown. The authority of heaven defends me like a fortress. And every hostile voice, every lying tongue, every envious spirit, and every evil agent sent against me is silenced, defeated, and permanently removed from my life by the power of the Most High. I rise again in the authority of the Most High, and I declare that every lying tongue formed against my life is silenced by divine command. Every false word spoken against my name is swallowed by the power of God. Every wicked voice that rises to accuse me is struck with confusion, and every mouth that releases gossip, slander, and evil reports is sealed shut by the judgment of heaven. I decree that every whisper of envy spoken in secret chambers, every rumor carried through hidden conversations, every evil story shared to damage my reputation, and every word crafted to plant hatred or suspicion is intercepted, canceled, and erased by the hand of God, and none of their voices will travel beyond the walls of their own destruction. I proclaim that no false witness will stand against me. No fabricated story will prosper. No evil narrative will take root, and no demonic accusation will prevail. Because the Lord himself stands as my advocate, my defense, and my shield, releasing divine justice to overturn every spoken curse. I declare that every tongue assigned to stir conflict, create division, or spread shame over my life is struck by the fire of God, causing their words to collapse before they reach their target, and turning every evil sentence back upon the head of those who release it. I decree that every secret conversation held against me is brought into confusion. Every gathering designed to destroy my name is scattered. Every agreement formed to bring me down is broken. And every plan to manipulate my destiny through evil speech is overturned by divine intervention. I proclaim that the truth of God rises like a mighty flood, washing away every lie, every false story, every twisted report, and every word of accusation, restoring my honor, strengthening my position, and lifting me above the reach of wicked voices. I declare that every channel used to release gossip, spoken, written, hidden, or public, is blocked by the power of the Lord, and every attempt to poison my image is reversed into a testimony of God's faithfulness and protection over my life. I decree that the spirit of slander is uprooted, the spirit of mockery is destroyed, the spirit of accusation is cast down, and the spirit of falsehood is silenced, so that no evil word can survive in my atmosphere. I proclaim that my name is defended in the courts of heaven. My reputation is preserved by divine favor. My life is covered by the shield of God, and every voice raised against me without cause is judged, defeated, and brought to shame. I declare that peace reigns over my life. Silence covers every enemy mouth. Truth surrounds me like a wall, and the power of God stands as my everlasting defense, ensuring that no evil tongue will ever rule over my destiny again. I declare by the authority of the Most High God that every spirit of envy that has risen against my life, my calling, my family, my work, and my progress is now uprooted by divine fire. Every jealous eye that watches me with evil desire is blinded by the light of God. Every heart that burns with resentment over my blessings is struck with confusion, and every hidden plan fueled by jealousy is exposed, shattered, and reduced to nothing by the power of the Lord who fights for me. I decree that every evil admiration that seeks to steal my glory, copy my grace, drain my joy, or manipulate my destiny is cut off from its source. Every monitoring spirit assigned to observe my movement is disconnected. Every jealous spirit loses its influence, and every envious voice is silenced as the judgment of God rises to defend what belongs to me. I proclaim that no jealous power will sit in my seat, no envious hand will touch my crown, no bitter spirit will harvest what I have labored for, and no evil watcher will take what God has deposited into my life, because the hand of the Lord secures my portion and seals my blessings with divine protection. I declare that every altar of envy raised against me is broken. Every sacrifice offered to harm my progress is rejected. Every evil desire directed toward my downfall is reversed, and every demonic exchange meant to trade my joy for sorrow is canceled by the authority of heaven. I decree that the fire of God moves through every environment where jealousy is spoken against me, burning every seed of hatred, destroying every root of bitterness, silencing every voice of resentment, and replacing darkness with divine peace and divine restoration. I proclaim that every jealous spirit that feeds on comparison, competition, and contention is cast down. Every evil admiration that tries to mirror my life is shattered. Every counterfeit blessing formed to replace mine is destroyed, and my destiny remains untouched, secured and preserved by the power of God. I declare that no evil eye can limit me, no envious heart can stop me, no bitter tongue can reduce me, and no jealous scheme can delay me. For the Lord lifts me higher, surrounds me with favor, and establishes me in places of honor and victory. I decree that every curse spoken out of envy is broken. Every evil prayer prayed in jealousy is canceled. Every negative wish released against me is turned into a blessing, and every word of destruction returns to its sender powerless and empty. I proclaim that divine favor rises over my life like a crown, that the light of God distinguishes me, that his glory rests upon me, and that no spirit of envy can stand in the presence of the Lord, who defends and prospers me. I declare that my blessings are permanent. My progress is unstoppable. My joy is secure. My future is protected. And every jealous spirit, every envious plot, and every hidden scheme against my life is permanently destroyed by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the living God that every hidden enemy assigned to work against my life is now exposed by divine light. Every secret plot formed in darkness is revealed. Every covert operation designed to disgrace me is brought into the open, and every wicked agenda that was buried in secrecy is uncovered, dismantled and destroyed by the fire of God that searches all things and reveals every hidden work of darkness. I decree that every veil of deception, covering the faces of those who pretend peace while releasing destruction, is torn away. Every mask of false loyalty is removed. Every double-minded spirit is exposed, and every hidden betrayer is brought into divine judgment, as the Lord himself rises to defend me and separate truth from lies. I proclaim that every secret meeting held to plot my downfall is scattered by divine confusion. Every whispered agreement is broken by the power of God. Every covenant made against my progress is canceled, and every dark conversation is disrupted by angels sent to overturn every evil plan. I declare that every monitoring spirit assigned to watch my movement, my growth, and my blessing is struck with blindness. Every evil watcher is disconnected. Every hidden observer loses access to my life, and every demonic surveillance is shut down by the authority of heaven. I decree that every trap laid in secret, every snare hidden in my path, every pit dug for my destruction, and every net spread to entangle me is revealed before I step into it, broken before it can hold me, and turned into a testimony of God's protection and wisdom over my life. I proclaim that every false narrative crafted in darkness is brought to the light. Every lie spoken in secret is exposed in public. Every twisted story is corrected by divine truth, and every attempt to rewrite my destiny through deception is canceled by the righteous judgment of God. I declare that the light of God shines into every hidden corner where evil plans are stored, burning every scroll of accusation, destroying every record of condemnation, and erasing every demonic file written against my name. I decree that every power of darkness working under cover is stripped of authority. Every hidden agent is disgraced. Every secret enemy is unmasked, and every work of darkness collapses under the brightness of divine exposure. I proclaim that no hidden plan will prosper, no secret enemy will succeed, no dark agenda will advance, and no concealed weapon will reach me. For the eyes of the Lord are upon me, and his light surrounds me day and night. I declare that my life is surrounded by divine light. My path is illuminated by God's presence. My destiny is protected by heaven, and every hidden enemy, every secret plot, and every work of darkness is permanently exposed, defeated, and removed from my life by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that the shield of God surrounds me on every side, covering my spirit, my soul, my body, my mind, my family, my work, and my destiny, so that no arrow of the enemy can penetrate, no curse can attach, no weapon can prosper, and no hidden danger can reach me, because the presence of the Lord stands as an unbreakable wall of fire around my life. I decree that divine protection rises over me like a fortress, guarding my going out and my coming in, watching over me by day and by night, blocking every pathway of destruction, intercepting every assignment of darkness, and preserving me in safety under the shadow of the Almighty who never sleeps. I proclaim that angels are stationed around me, above me, beneath me, and before me, forming a heavenly barrier that stops every evil approach, dismantles every attack, and redirects every demonic plan, ensuring that nothing formed against me can pass through the defense of heaven. I declare that every force that attempts to cross into my life without divine permission is struck with confusion. Every hostile presence is repelled, every evil influence is driven out, and every demonic intrusion is cast away by the power of God's shield that surrounds me. I decree that no sickness, no affliction, no accident, no delay, no loss, and no hidden danger will come near my dwelling. For the Lord himself is my refuge, my strong tower and my hiding place, covering me with his favor and surrounding me with his peace. I proclaim that every attack sent to weaken me is blocked. Every storm designed to overwhelm me is calmed. Every battle formed against me is fought by the Lord, and every strategy of darkness collapses under the weight of divine protection resting upon my life. I declare that the shield of God deflects every arrow of fear, every dart of confusion, every word of accusation, and every scheme of envy, so that nothing meant to harm me can reach its destination or fulfill its purpose. I decree that I dwell in the secret place of the Most High, resting under the shadow of his wings, secure in his presence, preserved by his power, and guarded by his faithfulness that never fails. I proclaim that no evil will overpower me, no darkness will overtake me, no enemy will triumph over me, and no curse will stand against me, because the Lord is my shield, my defender, and my victory. I declare that I am covered, I am protected, I am preserved, I am defended, and I am surrounded by the mighty shield of God. And every plan of the enemy against my life is permanently canceled and rendered powerless. I declare by the authority of the Most High God that every evil word, every hidden curse, every whispered spell, every malicious prayer, and every negative intention sent against my life is now returned to its sender, carrying back the full weight of its own destruction, losing all power over me, and leaving my destiny completely free from their influence. I decree that every arrow fired in secret, every trap laid in darkness, every net spread to entangle me, and every pit dug for my fall is reversed by divine command, turning back upon those who released them and causing them to fall into the same destruction they designed for me. I proclaim that every weapon of envy, every tool of gossip, every device of manipulation, and every strategy of delay formed against my progress is broken, redirected, and returned to its source, so that no evil can remain in my life or continue to pursue me. I declare that every curse spoken against my name, my family, my work, and my destiny is canceled, reversed, and sent back powerless. And every demonic assignment attached to those words is destroyed by the fire of God. I decree that every hidden agreement made to harm me, every evil covenant formed in darkness, every wicked altar raised against my success, and every sacrifice offered to delay my breakthrough is overturned, shattered, and returned to its origin by divine judgment. I proclaim that every plan to disgrace me is reversed into honor, every scheme to reduce me is turned into promotion, Every plot to silence me is transformed into a voice of victory, and every attempt to destroy me becomes a testimony of God's power. I declare that every force sent to chase me is sent back in confusion. Every power assigned to monitor me is disconnected. Every evil presence is expelled, and every demonic pursuit is permanently terminated by the authority of heaven. I decree that no evil sent against me will remain in my atmosphere. No curse will attach to my destiny. No word of destruction will settle in my life. For all have been returned, canceled, and destroyed by the power of the Most High. I proclaim that divine justice enforces my victory. Divine fire surrounds me. Divine peace fills me, and divine favor establishes me as every work of darkness is sent back to where it came from. I declare that I walk in freedom. I stand in victory. I live in peace. And I move forward in power, knowing that every attack meant for me has been returned to its sender and can never rise against me again. I declare by the authority of the Most High that every shame assigned to follow my life is removed by divine power. Every garment of disgrace placed upon me is torn away. Every mark of reproach is erased, and every sentence of dishonor spoken against my destiny is canceled, as the Lord wraps me in glory and restores my dignity before all who tried to bring me down. I decree that honor rises over my life like a crown, replacing sorrow with joy, replacing rejection with acceptance, replacing loss with restoration, and replacing every tear with songs of victory, as the Lord himself lifts me from the dust and seats me in places of divine favor. I proclaim that every voice that mocked me will witness my elevation. Every hand that pushed me down will see me rise. Every eye that looked down on me will see the glory of God upon me. And every tongue that spoke shame will confess the greatness of the Lord in my life. I declare that divine favor opens doors before me, clears obstacles from my path, changes my story, rewrites my history, and establishes me in places of honor so that no past failure, no former pain, and no previous rejection can define my future. I decree that the Lord beautifies my life with his goodness, surrounds me with his mercy, and crowns me with his loving kindness, causing my name to be remembered for blessing and my life to shine as a testimony of God's restoring power. I proclaim that every season of humiliation is ended. Every chapter of sorrow is closed. Every record of shame is erased. And every memory of defeat is replaced with divine victory and peace that surpasses understanding. I declare that my name is lifted above reproach. My destiny is restored with honor. My path is marked by favor. And my future is secured by the hand of the Lord who delights in my success. I decree that the glory of God rests upon me, distinguishing me, promoting me, and elevating me beyond the reach of those who despised me, as the Lord vindicates me openly. I proclaim that joy fills my heart, peace rules my life, gratitude flows from my lips, and honor surrounds me like a shield. For the Lord has done great things for me. I declare that my life is a testimony of divine honor. My story reflects God's faithfulness. My days are filled with favor, and my destiny is permanently established in glory by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that God himself stands as my defense, surrounding me with his presence, strengthening me with his power, guarding me with his truth, and establishing me in safety so that no fear, no threat, no attack, and no evil assignment can overthrow what the Lord has secured in my life. I decree that divine strength rises within me, renewing my spirit, stabilizing my heart, empowering my steps, and fortifying my mind, so that I stand firm against every storm, every accusation, every challenge, and every opposition that attempts to weaken or discourage me. I proclaim that no enemy will break through my walls, no darkness will cross my borders, no weapon will succeed, and no voice of intimidation will control me. For the Lord is my refuge, my strong tower, and my ever-present help in times of trouble. I declare that fear is uprooted from my heart, doubt is removed from my mind, weakness is replaced with strength, and every spirit of intimidation is cast down as the power of God fills me with boldness, courage, and unwavering faith. I decree that my faith is anchored in the Lord, my confidence is restored, my hope is renewed, and my trust is strengthened, so that no circumstance, no delay, and no attack can shake the foundation upon which my life is built. I proclaim that the peace of God rules my heart, guards my thoughts, and calms my spirit, causing every storm to settle, every anxiety to dissolve, and every burden to lift under the covering of divine protection. I declare that the power of God flows through me, enabling me to stand, to endure, to overcome, and to rise above every challenge, knowing that His strength is made perfect in me. I decree that my life is hidden in Christ. My steps are ordered by the Lord. My path is protected, and my future is secure, as God surrounds me with His favor and faithfulness. I proclaim that I am strong in the Lord and in the power of His might, standing firm in victory, walking in confidence, and living in peace. Because the Lord is my defender, I declare that my defense is unbreakable, my protection is divine, my victory is certain, and my life is established in strength by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that divine justice rises on my behalf, overturning every wicked verdict, canceling every evil sentence, exposing every false accusation, and restoring every area of my life that was targeted by injustice. As the righteous judge stands to defend me and establish His truth, I decree that every plan formed to twist my story, misrepresent my name, and destroy my testimony is reversed by the hand of God, and every court of darkness ruling against me is dissolved by divine authority and heavenly power. I proclaim that the scales of heaven are balanced in my favor, that righteousness speaks for me, that mercy surrounds me, and that the judgment of the Lord silences every voice that rose to condemn me. I declare that every hidden agenda exposed by divine light is now judged. Every lie is overturned, every wicked strategy is canceled, and every injustice committed against me is repaid by divine restoration and honor. I decree that the Lord rises as my advocate, my defender, and my vindicator, executing judgment against those who seek my harm, breaking every legal ground claimed by the enemy, and releasing freedom over my life. I proclaim that truth prevails in my situation. Righteousness reigns over my destiny. Peace covers my heart, and the justice of God secures every step I take. I declare that no unrighteous decree will stand against me. No false charge will succeed. No evil ruling will remain, and no dark authority will control my life. For the Lord reigns as my righteous judge. I decree that every power that fought against my peace is brought under divine judgment. Every force that opposed my progress is silenced, and every spirit of injustice is cast down. I proclaim that my victory is sealed by the justice of heaven, my testimony is restored, my joy is renewed, and my future is protected by the righteous hand of God. I declare that divine justice stands for me, fights for me, surrounds me, and establishes me, and every injustice is permanently removed from my life by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that every loss I suffered through envy, gossip, delay, and hidden attacks is now restored by divine power. Every stolen blessing is returned. Every broken place is healed, and every door that was closed against me is reopened by the hand of God who restores beyond what was taken. I decree that the Lord gathers every scattered portion of my life, every delayed promise, every forgotten opportunity, and every suppressed dream, and He brings them back into alignment with His will, causing restoration to rise in my favor and lifting me into a new season of abundance and peace. I proclaim that every season of drought ends now. Every dry place receives rain. Every barren ground produces fruit. And every area of my life that was locked by darkness is unlocked by divine light and overflowing grace. I declare that the power of God moves through my life, rebuilding what was broken, repairing what was damaged, reviving what was dead, and restoring what was stolen, so that nothing is missing, nothing is lost, and nothing is beyond redemption. I decree that joy is restored to my heart, strength is restored to my spirit, peace is restored to my mind, and hope is restored to my future. As the Lord replaces mourning with dancing and sorrow with songs of victory, I proclaim that divine favor accelerates my progress, bringing sudden breakthroughs, supernatural opportunities, and open doors that no enemy can shut. As God leads me into a season of visible blessings, I declare that every delayed blessing is released, every held-back miracle is manifested. Every stopped promise is fulfilled, and every blocked path is cleared by the authority of heaven. I decree that the Lord crowns my life with goodness, surrounds me with mercy, and establishes me in places of honor, causing my story to reflect his faithfulness and my future to shine with hope. I proclaim that restoration flows into every area of my life, my relationships, my purpose, my health, my resources, and my destiny, making me whole and complete by the power of God. I declare that my breakthrough is permanent, my restoration is complete, my joy is full, and my life is sealed in victory by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that dominion is restored to me, that every power that once ruled over my peace is now broken, that every chain of limitation is shattered, and that every voice of oppression is silenced. As I rise in the strength of God and take my rightful place in victory and freedom, I decree that divine authority flows through my words, my actions, my decisions, and my steps, causing every force of darkness to retreat, every barrier to fall, and every obstacle to move aside as heaven enforces my freedom and establishes me in power. I proclaim that I walk in boldness, I stand in confidence, I move in wisdom, and I live in authority, knowing that the Lord has placed his power within me to overcome every challenge and every hidden attack. I declare that no power of darkness will dominate my destiny. No voice of fear will control my life. No chain of delay will hold me, and no spirit of defeat will remain. For the Lord has crowned me with authority and strength. I decree that every stronghold that rose against my progress is dismantled. Every wall that blocked my advancement is torn down. Every gate that resisted my breakthrough is forced open, and every limitation is removed by the power of God. I proclaim that the Lord empowers me to rise above every circumstance, to conquer every challenge, and to walk in victory as his authority works within me and his favor surrounds me. I declare that divine strength renews me, divine power equips me, divine wisdom guides me, and divine authority establishes me in all that I do. I decree that my life is marked by freedom, my steps are ordered by the Lord, my future is secure, and my destiny is governed by divine power. I proclaim that I reign in life through the grace of God, standing firm, moving forward, and walking boldly into every promise prepared for me. I declare that my dominion is sealed, my authority is confirmed, my victory is established, and my life is permanently aligned with the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that heaven realigns every area of my life, restoring order where confusion once ruled, releasing clarity where darkness tried to settle, correcting every wrong step, and repositioning me into the center of God's perfect will so that no misdirection, no delay, and no evil interference will continue to block my destiny. I decree that every misalignment caused by envy, gossip, manipulation, and hidden opposition is now corrected by divine wisdom. Every crooked path is straightened, every wrong door is shut, every right door is open, and every broken connection that led me astray is removed by the hand of God. I proclaim that divine wisdom governs my decisions. Divine light directs my path. Divine peace settles my heart, and divine guidance surrounds me, ensuring that I move in clarity, walk in confidence, and stand firmly in the direction God has prepared for me. I declare that confusion is replaced with clarity. Delay is replaced with divine acceleration. Fear is replaced with boldness. Uncertainty is replaced with assurance. And every fog over my future is lifted by the light of God. I decree that every divine connection meant to lift me is restored. Every destiny helper is aligned. Every door of opportunity is revealed, and every purpose assignment is activated, positioning me for success, peace, and fulfillment. I proclaim that God orders my steps, establishes my plans, guides my choices, and strengthens my resolve so that I will not walk in error, remain in delay, or settle in confusion again. I declare that every spirit of distraction is removed. Every voice of confusion is silenced. Every wrong influence is cut off, and every divine instruction is clearly revealed in my life. I decree that my life comes into divine order. My time is redeemed, my path is restored, and my future is secured. As heaven enforces alignment over my destiny, I proclaim that the Lord positions me correctly, connects me wisely, directs me powerfully, and establishes me firmly in the place prepared for my victory. I declare that my life is aligned with heaven, my destiny is secured, my purpose is clear, my future is bright, and my path is permanently established in divine order by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that every voice of darkness speaking against my life is now permanently silenced. Every evil proclamation is canceled. Every demonic conversation is cut off, and every word of destruction spoken over my destiny is swallowed by the power of God, never to rise again. I decree that every chain of gossip is broken, every circle of slander is dismantled, every network of lies is scattered, and every tongue assigned to spread evil reports about me is stripped of power, influence, and authority by divine command. I proclaim that every lie spoken against me collapses under the weight of truth. Every false witness is exposed and disgraced. Every twisted narrative is overturned, and every evil record written against my name is erased by the blood and the justice of God. I declare that every enemy voice is struck with confusion. Every whisper of accusation is scattered. Every spirit of mockery is cast down, and every attempt to control my destiny through evil speech is permanently destroyed. I decree that every dark agreement formed against my peace is broken, every evil covenant is canceled, every hidden altar is destroyed, and every demonic power backing those words is consumed by divine fire. I proclaim that silence reigns in every camp of the enemy. Confusion fills every gathering of darkness, and the power of God overwhelms every force that once rose against me. I declare that no voice of evil will ever rise again in my life. No whisper of destruction will ever reach me. No accusation will ever stand, and no word of shame will ever control my future. I decree that my name is cleared in heaven and on earth. My destiny is defended. My life is preserved, and my peace is restored as the Lord establishes his victory over every tongue that rose against me. I proclaim that truth surrounds me like a wall, peace rests upon me like a crown, and the favor of God covers me as every enemy voice is forever silenced. I declare that the silence of the enemy is permanent. The victory of God is complete. The authority of heaven stands over my life, and my destiny is sealed in peace and triumph by the power of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that praise rises from my life like a river, washing away every trace of sorrow, every shadow of fear, every memory of defeat, and every weight of past battles, as the joy of the Lord fills my heart and establishes me in victory. I decree that thanksgiving flows from my lips, strengthening my spirit, renewing my mind, and lifting my soul as I celebrate the goodness of God who has turned every trial into a testimony and every battle into a song of triumph. I proclaim that joy overflows in my life, replacing heaviness with gladness, restoring my strength, reviving my hope and surrounding me with divine peace that cannot be shaken by circumstances. I declare that the glory of the Lord rests upon me, shining through my life, marking my steps, guiding my path, and revealing his power in everything I do. I decree that my heart rejoices, my soul sings, my spirit dances, and my life reflects the victory of God, as every tear is wiped away and every burden is lifted by his presence. I proclaim that praise becomes my weapon, thanksgiving becomes my shield, joy becomes my strength, and the Lord becomes my song, lifting me higher into his glorious presence. I declare that every shadow of sadness is gone, every cloud of despair is lifted, every chain of heaviness is broken, and every spirit of discouragement is replaced with divine joy. I decree that my days are filled with gratitude, my nights are filled with peace, my future is filled with hope, and my life is filled with the glory of the Lord. I proclaim that victory dances before me, joy surrounds me, peace rests within me, and the goodness of God follows me all the days of my life. I declare that my praise will never cease, my joy will never fade, my victory will never be taken, and my life will forever reflect the triumph of the Most High. I declare by the authority of the Most High that my destiny is sealed in the hands of God. My life is covered by his power. My future is protected by his promises, and no force of darkness can alter what the Lord has established for me. I decree that divine protection surrounds me day and night, guarding my steps, ordering my path, and preserving my life as the hand of God watches over me without rest. I proclaim that my name is written in heaven, my purpose is secured, my calling is confirmed, and my life is anchored in divine truth and eternal victory. I declare that no enemy can reopen what God has closed, no darkness can undo what God has sealed, and no weapon can prosper against my destiny. I decree that peace reigns over my heart, joy fills my soul, strength empowers my spirit, and the presence of God rests upon me continually. I proclaim that my breakthrough is permanent, my victory is complete, my restoration is established, and my life is wrapped in divine favor. I declare that my future shines with hope, my path is clear, my steps are ordered, and my days are filled with purpose and peace. I decree that every blessing released over my life remains, every promise stands, every door stays open, and every victory is sustained by the power of God. I proclaim that I walk in freedom, I live in peace, I stand in victory, and I move forward with confidence, knowing that the Lord has sealed my life in his glory. I declare that it is finished, it is established, it is confirmed, and it is sealed forever by the power of the Most High. Father, thank you for fighting for us, silencing every enemy, breaking every curse, and restoring our victory. And as we walk in your peace and protection, we stay connected to the divine cleansing secret channel for more powerful back-to-sender prayers and breakthrough declarations. In Jesus' name, amen.